The rise of vintage food aesthetics is not simply a harmless nostalgia trend. It is a cultural response to uncertainty, technological saturation, and a growing loss of faith in the future. At its core, this movement reflects a desire for emotional stability in a world that feels increasingly artificial and unpredictable. First, vintage food aesthetics are a rejection of hyper-industrialized, algorithm-driven life. Modern food systems emphasize efficiency, optimization, and scalability, nutrition labels no one fully understands, AI-optimized flavors, and standardized products designed for mass consumption. Vintage aesthetics push back against this logic. Enamel bowls, faded packaging, handwritten menus, and grainy photography signal something slower, more tangible, and more human. The message is not about taste alone, but trust. People are searching for food that feels emotionally reliable. Second, what this trend remembers is not history, but a carefully edited version of the past. Vintage food culture does not recreate the realities of earlier eras, scarcity, poor hygiene, limited choice, but instead curates a sentimental illusion. It celebrates imagined kitchens, small-town bakeries, and family tables that symbolize warmth and simplicity. This is nostalgia as a filter, not a factual memory. The past is consumed as comfort, stripped of its hardships. Third, the popularity of vintage food aesthetics reflects a broader collapse of future-oriented imagination, especially among younger generations. In the 20th century, food culture leaned toward futurism. Instant meals, microwaves, and space-age convenience symbolized progress. Today's youth face housing unaffordability, climate anxiety, unstable employment, and the looming presence of AI. When the future appears threatening or inaccessible, cultural desire reverses direction. Food becomes a low-risk refuge where the past feels safer than tomorrow. Fourth, despite its anti-industrial appearance, vintage food culture is not anti-capitalist. It represents a more advanced form of commodification. Handmade, retro, and like grandma used to make are emotional value signals that justify higher prices. Capital has shifted from selling functionality to selling memory. What is purchased is not bread, but the fantasy of a stable life that many never truly experienced. Finally, food is uniquely suited to this nostalgic turn because it directly engages the body. Taste and smell bypass rational analysis and activate deep emotional memory. Vintage food aesthetics operate at a sensory level that disarms skepticism, making them more powerful than nostalgia in fashion or media. In the coldest interpretation, this trend signals civilizational fatigue. When a society repeatedly turns its aesthetics backward, it suggests that confidence in the future is eroding. Vintage food aesthetics may be comforting and beautiful, but they also quietly reveal a culture retreating from forward imagination.